Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome to your yoga class with me today. We're going to be looking at the concept of courage and bravery today in our class. And before we begin, I want to read this short poem to you. It's called Come to the Edge and it's by Christopher Logue. Come to the edge, we might fall. Come to the edge, it's too high. Come to the edge. And they came and he pushed and they flew. So when we come into our poses today, I want you to think of this concept and to be aware of bravery. You may be nervous, you may be scared about coming up into crane pose, Bakasana, which is what we're going to be looking at quite a bit. But think about how you feel and how you could maybe take it one step further. Bearing in mind also that you don't want to be too gung-ho, you also want to be very aware of your ego and how you push yourself, what's safe for you as well. So let's begin. I want you to start today lying down. So sit onto your bottom, knees bent, lie all the way down onto your mat. You don't need any other props today, just your mat. And hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder and straighten your left leg straight and long down the mat. Gently draw your right knee perhaps down a little more towards the right hand side of your mat and separate your toes. Release the right leg and do the other side. Interlace your fingers, the non-dominant clasp behind the left leg here, in front of the left leg rather. Separate your toes and press your right leg, your straight leg, flat and strong. Now draw the right knee up and hug both of your knees down. And bring your inner toe edges, the big toe edges, to touch side by side like you're zipping them up. Draw your knees down, pick up your tailbone, and then pick up your head, your upper back and your shoulders, and see if you can draw your knees in towards you that little bit more. Now bring your feet down to the floor, roll over onto your side, and come to hands and knees. Separate your fingers evenly apart and come into downward facing dog. Pick up your heels and press back. Stretching the backs of your legs, push your hands forward a little bit more. And then bring your right hand a little closer to your left hand and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your back knee down and press your inner right thigh into your upper right arm. Round your back a little bit here, push your hands into the floor and let your shoulder blades separate from each other on your upper back. Then pick up your back knee. Really push your hands down, press your right leg into your arm. Then bring your back heel down and bring your left arm up towards the ceiling as you keep looking down at the floor, and actually look a little bit ahead of yourself as well, towards the front edge of your mat. Press your right leg into your upper arm really firmly and see if you can twist a little bit more and bring your navel in. Then bring your left hand down, pick up the back heel, step back again to downward facing dog. Bring your left hand a little closer to your right and step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Bring your back knee down as we did before. And again, press your right leg into your upper arm. If you can't press in firmly, try bringing the left hand back a little bit so you've really got some good purchase there. Then pick up your back knee, really straighten your back leg, get very powerful and light in that back leg. Bring your back heel down to the floor. So your legs are doing warrior two, but keep your left hand on the floor, bring your right arm out to the side and up. Lean back a little bit here as you press your left leg into your upper shoulder. So you're really strengthening and toning and engaging your left hip. Then bring that right hand down, pick up your back heel and step back to downward facing dog. Separate your hands and come into child's pose, but by no means a chilled out one. Bring your knees to the floor, big toes touch side by side. Look at your hands and walk them forwards, then press your hands down strongly. Let your armpits suck up towards the ceiling and even raise your shoulders. Then bring your forehead to the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths here as you keep your eyes open. And press your knees towards each other here so that you feel your hips engaging and your inner thighs toning. Now raise your head, come up to hands and knees, slide your hands back so that your wrists are under your shoulders. Separate your feet here, then round your back, coming into cat pose. A really angry cat, really puff up. Push your toenails down to help you round your lower back a touch more. And come into a normal spine, a neutral spine, and spin your fingers to the edges of your mat and then back towards your knees. You might want to move your knees a little closer to your hands if this is too intense for your wrists. And again, cat pose, round your back. Really let your shoulder blades move away from each other. Draw your navel up. It's not easy to breathe deeply here, but try and at least breathe smoothly. And again, a normal neutral spine. And back to downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward. Before you come up in down dog, claw the mat a little bit more here. Really get the whites around your fingernails shining. Tuck your toes under and press back. Breathe deeply here. Now you can, even with your arms overhead, your ribs are that little bit more open and you can fill your lungs. Slightly squeeze your pelvic floor here, trapping the energy in your body, locking it in. Then bring your knees down to the floor and again lie down. So lie onto your back and bring your knees up and towards your shoulders like you did at the very beginning. Zip up your feet so your big toe edges are touching, not the soles of your feet together, but the big toe edges. And bring your arms inside your legs. Now bring your heels down towards your bottom and curl your bottom up a little bit towards your heels. Then pick up your head and then move your hands more forward and bring your knees more down and press your legs into your upper arms. Try and get your elbows past your shins. 3, really get strong here. 2, 1, and bring everything down and roll over onto your side and come into Malasana. So a squat. Big toes touch side by side. Bring your arms inside your legs and round your back. Make sure the base of your big toes are touching. Doesn't matter if your heels are up. And then possibly bring your hands back a little bit here. And you might even be able to clasp your heels. If not, don't worry, just keep your hands forward and round your back. I'm trying to come into what the spine is going to be in when you come into Bakasana. It's also just a really nice forward fold here and a balancing pose. Now raise your head and bring your hands down to the floor. Make sure your fingers are evenly separated and claw the mat a little bit here with your, and make sure your elbows are bent. Raise your chest and move your body weight more forward onto your hands. Then press your legs into your upper arms. So your knees are pointing forward a little bit of your upper arms here and press them in. And come forward a little bit more and you can stay like this or pick up your right foot and bring your right heel up to your right buttock. Bring your foot down, do this work, even if you can do Bakasana. Pick up the left foot, bring the heel way up to your bottom, keep the bottom low, and bring your foot down. Now, bring your knees to the floor and spin your fingers towards your knees, round your back. It's really important to get the wrists as open as possible. It's worth doing this a few times. And then spin the fingers back. Come back up into your squat, so tuck your toes under, big toes touch, side by side. Bring your arms down as much as you can. Your elbows are close to the floor, your hands are down, and your bottom low. Try not to pick your bottom up too much. Come forward. Press your legs into your arms. And again, just pick up one foot, bring it down. Pick up the other foot, bring it down. Keep on with that. Or raise your chin, look forward a little bit here. Pick up one foot and maybe the other one will come up too. Inner toe edges touch. Keep raising your head. And come down. Then come into Uttanasana. So straighten your legs, separate your feet, forward fold, press your fingers down, bend your knees if you need to, and hang your head. Couple of breaths here. Then walk your hands forward and walk your feet back. Come into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. Bring your knees down to the floor. Come all the way down. And come up into cobra. Squeeze your legs towards each other and squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other on your back. So now we're doing a counter pose here from Bakasana into Bhujangasana. Open up your chest and strengthen your upper back. Come halfway down and pick up your hands. Reach your fingers for your feet, then interlace your fingers and press your knuckles towards your feet. See if you can peel your chest up a little higher and your hands as well up towards the ceiling. Release your hands, bring your hands down by your side. Cobra again, Bhujangasana. Downward facing dog. Then bring your knees to the floor and sit onto your bottom. Keep the left leg bent as you lengthen the right leg. Pick up your arms, turn your belly towards that right foot, bring your hands down, come onto your fingertips here. Then pick up your left hand and bring it to the outside of this right leg. Raise your chest, and you can stay upright or possibly come forward. And if that foot doesn't look too far away, you can grab it. If you don't want to grab it, just keep your hands here and use this left hand to guide your left ribs a little closer to the inner thigh. Remember, you don't have to come down far. Again, you're watching that ego. Just make sure that this pose feels like a good stretch. Notice what's going on in your body and respect the feedback that it's giving you. And come up and go straight to the other side. Straighten the left leg, bend the right leg. Turn your chest, bring your hands down. Right hand comes, pressing into the outside of this left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the front body. And when you're ready and you exhale, come forward again. That foot could be there or not. I quite like to press the left hand down here strongly and push it forward a little bit, and that helps to move the right ribs forward. A few more breaths here. Keep this right leg strong and engaged. Then come up, firm your abs to help you come up. And come into bridge pose. So a short but sweet practice here. Doing a couple of counter poses from having done Bakasana. Push your feet down, pick your bottom up, interlace your fingers, walk your upper arms closer to each other and press your hands down. Slightly raise your chin here and press your tailbone towards your knees and your feet back towards your hands. So you're really igniting the hamstrings here. Also helps with your Bakasana hamstring curls to pick up your feet. Then release your hands, bring your back down slowly, and then lengthen your legs one by one down your mat. Stay here. Turn your palms up and rest for a few moments. Let your breathing become softer. Notice your breath and smooth it out. Let your body be held. We have to do so much in our day-to-day tasks, and every once in a while something a little more demanding comes along where courage is needed. We feel that fear, we notice it, but we take on that task step by step with wisdom, learning a little more, deepening and broadening our experience. But we also need to rest. Now bend your knees one leg at a time and roll over onto your right side, resting your head in your upper right arm. And press down with your left hand, then your right hand. Bring yourself up to sit. Raise your heart. Bring your shoulders and your throat back. Close your eyes. Place your fingertips to each other. Have a little gap in between your palms here, holding space ahead of you, symbolically holding your heart ahead of you. Then lower your chin and release your hands with your palms facing up, and outreach your fingers long and straight. Press the backs of your hands down. And raise your chin and open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Please do be sure to subscribe by clicking on the button there, and keep coming back to my classes. Take care. I hope the rest of your day goes really well.